Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today what I want to do is share with you an unboxing and unpacking of the orchids that I picked up from RF Orchids in Homestead, Florida. I had a great trip there. I spent a lot of time talking with Bob and Mike. I got to look at all of the orchids in their greenhouses, and I had a great time. It's just a great place to visit if you like orchids. Even if you don't like orchids, it's just a wonderful place to go to. And I picked up 9 orchids, and I want to share those with you today. But before I do that, I want to tell you why I picked up 9 orchids and why I picked up these orchids. So I retired from the university, a large Midwest university, about 2 years ago. And one of the things that my old department did for me was they asked me, it was a plant sciences department, and one of the things, plant sciences type department, that wasn't the name of the department. And one of the things that they did for me is they asked me, where do I like to do my plant shopping? And I told them that I'd like to shop at a few places, but one of my favorite places was RF Orchids in Homestead. So what they did is they gave me a gift card from RF Orchids. So what I did, I opened it up. It looks like it resealed on me. But one of the things that they did is they gave me this nice gift card, and it's taken me a while to get back there and actually utilize it. And I wanted to say to my old colleagues, thank you so much. I had so much fun shopping at RF Orchids, and I bought a lot of them. And what I want to do is I want to share them with you, and I will also share with you who I appreciate and who I would like to thank for contributing to this really nice gift card that I was able to utilize. The thing is, I went a little crazy, but my colleagues were really generous, and I didn't spend all my money. So I have to go back and spend out my money. And the other thing is that when I had all these orchids up there, Mike turned to me and he says, you know, you get 20% off. And it's like, okay, so now I really have to go back and spend out my gift card. But let me share some of these with you. And only one of these orchids is blooming. Again, it's an unusual time of the year for blooming orchids. I have a lot that are blooming in my collection, but it's a little bit of an unusual time to go in, and it's the heat of the summer and the orchid flowers don't last that long. But I have images, some from RF Orchids website and some from other places, and I'd like to share with you what the flowers are going to look like. Most of these are cultivars, they're clones, and I can share with you what I know those flowers are going to look like, and some of them flowers may not look exactly like the original plant because they're hybrids and you'll get mixed populations. Okay, so first of all, let me go over here, and again, these orchids that I picked up, they just look really nice. And so this is RTH Siam Fancy Wings of Fire. And so this is a really nice large, I think it's mostly it's a yellow Cattleya, but it's got a lot of red. So it's got, I think, and I'm going from memory on this, so I may not describe, but I've got the image that I'll post on the screen so you can see what it looks like. So I think it's mostly a yellow Cattleya that has a red, really beautiful flower, has a red lip, and then a yellow petals that are flared. So I think this is really nice, and I'm going to say this one was from Michelle. So Michelle, thank you so much for this plant. Okay, moving on. This is, I think this has a lot more leca in it because the pot's pretty heavy. So this is Cattleya Macky's Flair, and Elegance is the cultivar. So this is a clone right here, and this is a large pink Cattleya that has, I think, some flaring of yellow in the petals. Even though there's a guy in the department whose name is Macky. Sorry, Dave, this is not from you. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I think this is from Joe. And so, Joe, thank you for this plant. Most of these are going to be large to medium-sized Cattleya, and I've got one Dendrobium also that I picked up. So, Joe, thank you for that. Okay, moving on. This is RTH Nailhammer Golden Lady, and this is and I do have to say, is that all these plants that you get from RF Orchids, they're just the root growth on these things is great. The pseudobulbs, and I picked the ones that had a lot of new pseudobulbs growing out of it, and this one looks like this has three new pseudobulbs. These are large enough to flower, but I don't know how long it's going to take to flower, and more importantly, I don't know when they're going to flower. Anyway, back to Nailhammer Gold Lady. And so this is a really cool looking Cattleya. So this is a yellow Cattleya that has a different color yellow flaring in the petals and I think the sepals. So this is a really unusual. I want to use this. I really want to use this in my crosses to get. So I really like flaring spots. I like a lot of accent colors in my orchids and in my Cattleyas, and that's what I went for on this trip, and that's what I got. This one is because it's Gold Lady. I want to thank some of the ladies in the department, mostly Kimberly and Laura. You know, Laura handles everything. She handles the money. Kimberly handled me and everything else. Also Regina, thanks. So Gold Lady, thanks ladies for this plant. I'm really excited about getting this plant. Okay, so moving on, the next one is Guarcatonia Gretchen Garik. And of my Cattleyas, this is small, this is dainty, but this is the only one that's flowering, and this has a really nice flower on it, but it's gonna end up being a small plant, but the size of the flower compared to the plant, I think, is what drew me in, and also because this has it looks like some lightish pink sepals and then purple petals and a purple lip with slight flaring. I think there's some really cool colors and contrasts and accents in there. I don't think it's just a single flower. It's a small plant. Also it's pretty vigorous, and even in the short time, I don't know if you can see down in there, but there's some nice roots that are growing right here. Those can't be growing since I bought it, but maybe this one likes it here. Anyway, this one is from Leah, so thanks Leah for this. This is going to be a great plant. I'm going to use this in my crosses, and I'm going to try to make. I think I can make some really unusual hybrids with this. And Leah she's a breeder and a geneticist, and she's an orchid lover, and I've shared some orchids with Leah, so I'm gonna be using this, and I don't know, we'll see what happens with this. But anyway, thank you, Leah, for this plant. Okay, moving on a little bit. This is my only Dendrobium. So this is Dendrobium No Porn Starbright Shazam, and Shazam, this is cool because Shazam is spelled Chizam, and I don't know why it's spelled that way, but it is. So this is my only Dendrobium. This is a really cool, and this was blooming. It's a small plant. Some of the plants were blooming, but I opted for this one instead. This is a unusual Dendrobium. I haven't really seen anything like this, and because the cultivar is Shazam, this is a clone, obviously. So this will look exactly the same as the picture of this that I put up on the screen. So this is really unusual. This has a Dendrobium that has flaring, some really unusual yellow flaring from my memory in this Dendrobium. The lip on this is really interesting looking. Really a unusual, beautiful flower on this plant, and we'll see how long it takes for me to get this going. And this, I don't know, for some reason I thought this should be from Eric. So Eric, thank you so much. Eric is a barley breeder, a real classical guy. So anyway, Eric, thanks for this really special Dendrobium. Okay, moving on a little bit. This is Singyang Ruby, RLC, Singyang Ruby Grand Dragon. And so this is a really vigorous, large Cattleya. And this is and I should mention that I for a time I had a different cultivar from this same cross. This is it's Singyang Ruby, so it is a bright red. It's deep red. There's a little bit of yellow in the throat, but my memory of not this plant, but the sibling of this plant, is that it was intensely fragrant, and I'm hoping that most of these are, but none are blooming, so I don't know. Anyway, this is a real vigorous plant. It's a big Cattleya, dark red, and for that reason, this is from David, who is the tomato breeder in the department. Lots of new vigorous growth on this thing. A real good growing plant. Again, bright red. I think this will probably be fragrant. So thanks, David, for this beautiful Cattleya. All right, moving on a little bit. Okay, this is Cattleya Thospole Spot. And, oh, this is a cross. I didn't see that. All right, so I'm looking at this, and this is Cattleya Thospole Spot times CTT Secret Love, and for some reason I have to figure this out. There is a cultivar that's called Passion. So I don't know if this is a cross or it is a cross, obviously, but I don't know if this is a named orchid or not. So Thospole Spot is as you might imagine, it's a spotty orchid. And it is, it's red and white. It's just a classical spotty orchid. It's got I picked this plant because it's got two new pseudobulbs. One of them, I think, it has a sheath. Both of them are just one. I don't want to. No, just one. All right, so just one. It's interesting. There's good new growth on there. There's a lot of spotting on the leaves on this plant, and even on some other parts of the plant, in the sheaths that are covering the pseudobulbs. So this is going to be spot. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but it's a good vigorous plant. This is going to stay in this pot for a little while. I don't think it's going to be huge, medium size, spotty flowers, red and white, and we'll see what this grows into. This, I think, is from the Dougs. One Doug retired just a short time ago, maybe a few weeks ago, and the other Doug is still around. And guys, this is from one of you, both of you. I'm not sure, but anyway, thanks, Dougs, for this nice Cattleya. Okay, moving on a little bit. We'll keep on going. This is our RTH Crown Fox Sunrise. So this is it's a medium-sized cat. Again, it's in a small pot. A lot of times what I'd like to do is I don't like to buy the big pots. I like to save a little bit of money, not saving time, and have these guys grow. So this is a smaller plant, and this is a yellow, mostly a yellow Cattleya, maybe a yellowish orange, but then it has in the lip, it has some red, I guess some red veins or some red streaking in the lip. A really nice looking plant. I got this, and this is I should say that the parent of this is Fuchs Orange Nugget, and it's from RF Orchid, which RF is Bob Fuchs, so and Fuchs Orange Nugget is parent, and they like to use this as a parent in many of their Cattleyas, and it really gives some nice nice orange and yellowish coloration to the progeny. The interesting thing is Fuchs Orange Nugget actually has Orange Nugget as one of its parents, and I've used that in crosses. I've actually used Fuchs Orange Nugget in some of my crosses as well, and those are plants from colleagues. I don't have Fuchs Orange Nugget, and when I was at RF Orchids, that was the originator of Fuchs Orange Nugget, I asked Mike, I said, do you have any? And he goes, no. It's like, okay, all right. So anyway, I'm going to have to try to get a division from one of my colleagues, I guess. Anyway, so this is going to be a nice cat, I think. There are a lot of plants of this because because like I said, this is one of their crosses. This I'm not sure who this is from. I think this is from Andrea and or Med and or Matt and or Carl and maybe Jess. So I think this is from one or all of you guys. So thanks for this orchid. All right, the last one that I have here that I want to share with you is our RTH Santiago Hernandez. And this is also a Cattleya that was made at RF Orchid. So they did the cross, and this is also another one that has Fuchs Orange Nugget as a parent. So this one I think is a medium-sized Cattleya, and this is going to be a red with orange to yellow lip. So again, this is an interesting flower shape. Probably be a medium-sized Cattleya as Fuchs Orange Nugget is, but the nice thing about Fuchs Orange Nugget, some of these guys, is that you get multiple flowers per spike. Some of the big cats you'll only get 2 or 3 flowers per spike, but these guys, I think, and this is what's desirable, is to get more flowers on each of the spikes. So again, this is a small plant. There were some larger plants that were there, but I wanted to pick up a large plant, and the pseudobulb, I mean, this has 4 new pseudobulbs on it, and one of the pseudobulbs is so large that I actually had to stake it up because it looked like it was going to fall over. So just a really nice, vigorous plant, and I'm hoping to do well. This is from, I don't know if this is from JC, Jonathan, Clay, whoever else in the department contributed to my gift card. Anyway, thanks to all you guys. I had great fun. I'm going to go back one more time and sped out my card. So I had great fun, and just so you know, I do miss you guys, but retirement is just awesome. I get to play with my orchids. They're I got things blooming all over the place, and I'm having a great time. You know, enjoy your careers. Look forward to retirement because it's awesome. I still, you know, I'm in the laboratory playing. You know, I hope you're enjoying, you know, meetings and teaching, and I did that a little bit, but this is great fun. So anyway, thanks to my colleagues for you know, for really the nice gift, the retirement gift. I'm spending it. I'm having fun. I miss you guys, and again, thanks. Thanks to everyone else for watching my video. If you enjoyed my video today and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you can click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. All right. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.